How's it going, everybody? This is Octo, and welcome back to College Romance Part 4. Now, this is just amazing. I have met so many people and narrowed it down to this one drunk that I don't even know much about. It's saying that weeks have passed and stuff. I don't know how long this game is going to be. That's the thing. I don't want it to be too long because it'll bore you guys. But I love doing these videos because it's just showing you the personal side of myself that if it weren't me like actually just reading what's up here, you could see like how I'd react. Like in that last video, and I was getting worked up because that was dangerous, and I don't want that to happen to somebody that I'm close to. And I know that it's just a video game and it doesn't mean anything, but still, that it's like it's a dating simulator, so it's like you're actually dating this person, and that would absolutely be horrible. And I know I may sound like a complete milquetoast, but yeah, I don't know, it's just the way I work. Alright, let's get back into this. Time passes and the seasons change. Before you know it, it's spring. Spring was always a great time for a year at Alta, and particularly this year. My schedule was much lighter, and it was easier to do what I had to do, while still making time for what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, my parents didn't seem to have the same sense of priorities, and between my late nights and newfound determination to get a master's degree in English literature, things were getting tense at home. Julie had been kind enough to help me get a part-time job at the bookstore, and I had begun paying a token amount to rent to my folks to try and reduce some of the fighting, but that it hadn't been all that effective, so I decided to try a different tactic. Annette, over here. Hey there, love. What a nice place you found for us. I wonder whatever you could have in mind. I'd call you an insatiable, but at least oh God, I can't talk. Sometimes I wonder why I do Let's Plays and I can't even do proper commentary. I'd call you insatiable, but I'd call you insatiable, but I'm at least as bad. However, that's not my prime motivation for today. I did it. I did it. I'm proud of myself. No messing around. I can't even do it. No messing around. You had me come all the way over here, and no, enough with the act. We might mess around in a little bit, but I have a question to ask you first. Whatever it is, the answer is yes. Now, can we get to the messing around? She's a sex addict too. I'm tempted to use that answer and then hold you to it, but I'd feel bad eventually, I'm sure. Now sit down on the bench. Annette sat down on the bench, and as she did so, I got down on one knee. Oh no! What? What is happening? Am I getting married? What? No. She got up so fast she knocked me backwards. I'm sorry, love, but you don't ever do that to me. I just got so excited. Why? Why must you tease me like this? I got so excited I was going to get a wife. She gave me a hand up, and then I dusted myself off as I tried to buy time to figure out what to say next. I'm hoping you can explain what the problem here is. I love you. You love me. Why wouldn't we want to get married? I turn the question around. Why would we want to get married? We love each other. We only want to be with each other. Why do you think we need a piece of paper to prove we're going to do what we already want to do? At the risk of getting slapped, because it's kind of traditional to do so if you want to spend the rest of your life with someone. So, you think that I leave you just at some point just because we don't have that piece of paper? Even if it was true, would you really want me there just because it was difficult to leave or financially problematic? Or is the problem that you don't trust yourself and you need that piece of paper to fall back on when some little hussy comes along and you run out of ways to say no? It's deep. It's deep. Then why aren't we already living together? Annette rolled her eyes. Well, you certainly haven't asked me to move into your house, and this is the first time you've even suggested that you want to move in with me. I prefer if you moved in with me since I rather like that apartment, but even though I can't cover my half of the expenses, love, do you think I'm paying for that place from the money I get as a graduate assistant or from my fellowship? You are rather simple sometimes, you know. This sounds like my actual girlfriend. Well, she isn't mean to me. She just calls me simple. No, she doesn't. She's a nice lady. I guess I am. So you folks pay for it? No, my family just trust pays for it. I am, to use one of the phrases I've heard around here, dirty, stinking rich. And if you ask me why I never told you about that, to be honest, I didn't care before, and I don't really now. Oh, I'm sweet. Okay, if we've had enough talking, we can start packing tonight. In the meantime, there's some messing around you. Oh God. Run naked. Wait, just do it somewhere else. Do it somewhere else. We're obviously in the middle of a park. Do it somewhere else. With that, Annette pushed me onto the bench. Unzip. Okay. Okay. This is dirty. This is so dirty. Yeah, Okay. Okay, I read ahead. Dirty. Given the tree and the shirt, I kind of thought we had some privacy. I hadn't counted on the one bored park cop who evidently had noticed Annette acting strangely. Afternoon. May I ask what the two of you are up to? The fact that I didn't immediately lose all interest in Annette showed just how long used to being outdoors I'd gotten. Afternoon, officer. We're practicing a part in our new production of Oh, Calcutta. I assume you've heard of it? Annette, I'm not going to say anything, because this is feeling really good. But you don't think he might be more than willing to buy it if you stop moving? Actually, I've heard of it. Assuming that that's the truth, it doesn't change the fact that you seem to be inappropriately dressed to be in this park. Officer, I hate to disagree, but if we're practicing a part for a play, which I've already pointed out, then this is a First Amendment issue, and the fact that a similar case was ruled by the Supreme Court a few years ago in Tackett, versus the city of St. Louis. Now, as both an actress and a performance artist, I fall under both the expression of art and the rehearsal clauses given in that decision. Well, ma'am, I can't say I'm familiar with that particular ruling. I have all the pertinent info on this pamphlet. Annette pulled a move that at that point made me realize she had probably been in just gymnastics as well as dance when she was younger. She essentially flashed the cop, which no doubt distracted him, grabbed her pants, and pulled out a folded piece of paper that looked like an envelope. All of this without her even getting off my lap. How'd that work? Huh. I don't think that would work. The officer opened up the envelope, checked the contents, and then, I see your point, ma'am, and let me assure you that the sheriff appreciates your support, but you might want to practice somewhere a little more secluded in case someone else comes by who shoots first and asks questions later. With that, the cop left, and once he was out of sight, Annette bore her down for a couple minutes until we were both spent. I didn't realize I was dirty. Oh my God, I didn't even know. Would I regret asking what that was in that envelope? Yep, just trust me. He won't be remembering this little incident elsewhere. Annette continued to lay against me, and I felt the sun slowly moving to where it hit her in the back and her back and my arms. Couple months later at this time, and it's time for graduation. I'm pretty sure I saw your parents in the audience. The day after I moved out of my house and in with Annette, my dad basically disowned me. Mom occasionally calls to see how I'm doing, but never asks about Annette. And I'm not happy it came down to this, but I couldn't picture living without Annette. No. At that point, no. Nope. Parents over you. Nope. To be honest, being able to wake up and see her face in the early morning light makes me happier than just about anything else. I'm not worried. They came or they didn't come. Eventually, they'll come around to understanding us. What's wrong? Okay, there's faults on both parts. Well, not really. He likes her. She likes him. Parents don't like her. He moves in with her. They disown him. I don't understand. Nope, nothing. When do you think that will be? I suspect when I get my master's degree and show them that I can actually make a living with my writing. I don't know. They'll always suspect that you couldn't do it, even if it weren't for the trust fund. Well then, I just need to make enough that we have to start contributing to it instead of drawing from it. So, what do you want to do now? Do I really need to tell you? No, but I'd like it if you did. The sparkle in Annette's eyes told me that she was still excited by me as excited by me as I am with her. Why I wouldn't want to mess with something that's working so well. I'm going to take you to this park. I know of that's a stunning view of the city, and we're going to eat a picnic dinner. That's sweet of me. Sounds lovely. And when it gets dark, I'm going to have you for Fucking Christ! Oh my god! Every 5 seconds, it's just, let's bang! That's gonna be the motion now, like, anytime sexual comes up, BOOM! That, my love, sounds like a perfect evening. You know, it might be worth trying this again. And why is it with music? Alright, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Like, favorite, subscribe, I don't care. This is Octo Zach, signing off.